Were you able to get into the test okay?
Yeah.
Okay, Sophia had some issues, but I don't know what the problem was. So were you able to do all 18 questions?
Yeah. I
Okay.
did I did like the second part too.
Oh, you did
Part B.
right. Okay, I forgot to tell you that there was another listening part, but that was what comprehension one. But so that's fine if
Okay.
you did that. We'll wait another minute to see when. Oh, here's Harry.
Hey, Mr. Ross,
Yes.
it's not done yet because the first page went really slowly because you can't like say, okay, I'm ready to move on to the next question. It just you have to wait for the full 15 seconds. So I'm still on the page 3 of the grammar. I don't know how many pages are left.
Oh, you didn't need to go that far. I just wanted you to do the listening section.
Oh,
So you're fine. You're ahead of the game.
but how do we get back to see the questions?
Well, what you can do is you can forward and you can see what your answers are going to be, and I'll show you how that works in a second.
Okay.
Okay. So Sophia was texting me. She had some issues with her browser, so I gave her another sample test. But let me go ahead and start, and then because this is not going to pertain to her. So let me go and switch my screen again so you can see this. Give me 1 second. Okay, so what I want you to do is if you go into your test, you see my screen here? Does everyone see my screen share?
You're not screen sharing.
I'm not screen sharing. I thought I had selected it, so let me try it again. One moment. Oh, I didn't click the share button. There we go. Okay. Okay, so everyone see my screen here? If you go through the bottom of your page, I'm going to go back one, and keep clicking at the bottom, go to the next section, even if you haven't done it. Keep clicking until you get to the end, and then you'll get here to the click here to review your test section. And it should save all your answers even if you haven't done those sections.
Okay.
Okay? Everyone get there?
Not yet.
Okay, I'll wait another sec.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, so what you want to do here is click on this Part A section, and it'll actually give you a transcript of the entire of what you heard, and then give you if what your answer should be. Mine just say no right now because I didn't retake the test, although I did it before, and then the correct answer. Okay, so go ahead and double check and see how many questions you got right, and it also should say up here at least for there's two parts of the listening. It'll tell you how many you got right with this first section at least. So how did people do?
26 out of 30.
Okay, it's not bad. So what I want you to do is go through and mark the ones that you got wrong, and then we're going to talk about them. And we'll go through the ones 1 through 18 for the time being, even if you've gone past and done the other listening ones. Oh, hold on 1 sec. My phone is ringing. I just want to check it's not another student. So give me 1 sec. Hello. Hi, Megan. Hi. Good. I'm in a class meeting session online with some students. Can I give you a call back in a little bit? No. Oh my goodness. Well, the person who has it is Victoria, who's across the hall, and I think that. Oh well, then that's a problem. Okay, then no one else has it there. I thought that she had one. So where is Aubrey? Oh my good lord. I think that that's what you're going to have to do at this point if you've locked your key inside the unit. So. Okay, all right. Sorry about that. All right. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, jeez. Sorry about that, guys. I have a renting an apartment. My tenant had a little bit of an emergency, so I had to talk to her for a second. Okay, so has everyone been able to see your answers?
Yeah.
Okay, so pick one that you got wrong, and even if you understand what you got wrong, let's go over it together. Just go ahead and volunteer. Don't be shy about acknowledging your mistakes. Harry, why don't you start since you said you have at least one wrong?
Okay. I got number 20.
That might be on the section that people haven't gotten to, because I was asking you to do numbers 1 through 18. So did you get all of those correct, numbers 1 through 18?
No, I got 2 wrong. So number 15.
Okay, let's look at number 15 together. So this one says here, oh, hold on, let's see, someone else is buzzing me. Oh, it's Joe Ching is on. We'll wait for her in a second. Okay, so it says here, 有我的电话吗？10分钟前有你一个电话。I'm sorry, these are two people speaking. So 有我的电话吗? Person B, 10分钟前有你的电话. And then the possible answers, 这个电话是找你的。B, 你知道是谁打来的？ C, 现在的电话费很便宜。Okay, so one thing I'll have to mention, that there's going to be some errors in here, particularly in the English, because it was clearly a Chinese person who wrote this. So if we translate this, so were there any calls for me, as opposed to is there any call for me? And then you had a call 10 minutes ago. So clearly the answer should be 你知道是谁打来的? You know who made the call. Okay, so it wouldn't make sense to say 这个电话是找你的 or 现在的电话费很便宜, because this one doesn't have any relation to what's going on there. Okay, let me see what's.
I thought that 有我的电话 means was there any call from me, which is the
有我的电话吗? That's possible, but it wouldn't make sense to say, were there any calls from me? Because you would obviously know.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the other context of this is like, were there any calls from me? Okay, so I think that it's a little bit tricky, but it's clearly that B is going to be the right one. Which one did you pick, Harry?
I picked A.
You picked A.
Because I thought they said, like, was there any call, or, yeah, I don't know. I just really didn't get it, because I thought they were saying, is there a call from me?
Uh-huh. Well, it's a tricky one. Some are going to be, a little bit harder than others, but hopefully you'll be able to figure one out that's a little bit more obvious. So please remember, too, that the person writing this isn't someone with the College Board, and I find that some of the questions that even I got wrong because, wow, is this question B or C? It wasn't really clear in some cases. So hopefully there won't be one that will confuse you with the initial sentence. Okay, Vincent, how about you? Did you get any wrong here that you can identify?
Yeah. Number 16.
Number 16. Okay, let's go. Let's read through this. So the first person says, 你明天有时间吗? 我想和你谈一下. And the next person says, 明天我有其他事. 后天怎么样? A, 我看可以，就这么定了. B, 这2天你是不是很忙? C, 明天我没有什么事. Okay, so this one I think was obvious because they're simply saying, oh yeah, this will work for me. Then it's all set here. The second one doesn't make sense. It's talking about things that happened in the past, and they're talking about making plans for the future. So that doesn't make sense there. And this one, they're talking about 后天怎么样, and then the person answers 明天我没有事. So if they said 后天我没有事, then that would be correct. But because they said 明天我没有事, that doesn't work. Okay, so Vincent, which one did you pick that was wrong?
I picked C.
You picked C, yeah. So it was just a question of remembering that they said 后天 and not 明天. Okay,
Yeah.
that was the only little thing there. Okay, Sarah, how about you? Did you get any wrong?
Yeah.
Can you share one with us?
Wait, what was the question? My Google Hangouts like suddenly shut down and I had to restart my computer.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I was asking to go through the Part A listening section, and we're just going through things that may have been tricky for you.
Okay.
So were you able to do it all and get and see feedback on what your answers were?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell us one that you got wrong, and we'll go through it. Do you see the screen here? That gives you your answer and the correct answer?
They were running errands or something.
Okay. Now it's not showing like what I answered.
Oh, because you had to restart the computer, I guess. Okay, so unfortunately, I don't know if you had a chance to see how you did. You can always go back and do it again and predict the answers you got, but let's skip that for now. Okay, so here's what I want you to do now. Go ahead and do the Part B of this section. There's 12 listening comprehensions questions with 4 English answers, and I went back and re-clarified the Part A we did where you have to pick the next response. There's only 3 selections, but for all the next sections, there's going to be 4. So go ahead and do this next Part B, and then do the grammar section as well. That has 5 different pages of it. Okay, and I'm going to give you another 20 minutes, and I'll start up again at 11 o'clock, or maybe a couple minutes after 11. Please note, of course, that they've misspelled the word grammar. It should have 2 A's in it, and that always bothers me when people misspell the word grammar. Okay, sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll send another invite in a second, and I will see you in a little bit. Let's see. Ellie, are you there too?
Hi.
Hi. Okay. So Sophia, have you rejoined us?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So Sophia, I don't know if you had a chance to. Let me check with Ellie first. Ellie, we've go ahead and get started, and I don't know if you've been able to find the link that I just that I shared with everyone, but there's a website with a number of online tests, and if you go to Chinese, let's see, what's it called again? Give me one sec.
SAT2 Chinese. SAT2
SAT2Chinese.com, and we're going through the test number 1. So go ahead and start the section 2 test. You can skip the first 18 questions and start that next section, and then after we'll go through that together. And then when we finish up, you can go back and do the first section.
Yeah,
okay?
yesterday I did the one from the College Board website.
Okay, yeah, I checked with people, and other people hadn't done it, although
it's like really easy.
I think they're easy too, and I think that you'll find that these questions are similarly easy, but I was explaining to people a second ago, I don't know if you heard, these are written by someone else, and so some of them might be a little trickier than what you'll actually get, which is actually a good thing. I find that if you do harder sample tests before the actual test, when you do the real test, it's like, oh, this is so easy. So, so go ahead and try it, even though there might be some tricky questions.
Okay.
Okay.
So you just kind of log off and then start again?
So you can just go in and just keep going back and forth. So just go back in your window if you have already looked at the answers I've given you. Just keep hitting back, and then you can take the test again.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Sophia, stay on, and I'm going to check in with you for a sec. Okay.
Do I leave the conversation now?
You can leave the conversation now. Yes. And I'll send you a new invite in a second. Okay. So Sophia, were you able to do the other questions in the College Board website?
Yes.
Okay, so did you do all of them or just the listening ones?
I did. Okay, I did the first 15.
Okay, and those are all the listening ones, correct?
Yeah, but I mean, they had stuff for me to read. They didn't have listening.
Okay, there should be both. So I'm going to go back here. Let me save my share my screen with you.
It was like what they would have said if there was listening. Like.
Oh, I see. Okay, I forgot. I took this a while ago, and I had forgotten that they did it this way. Okay, Actually, no, wait a minute, because I'm looking, you see my screen here, and it says here listening. I'm going to go ahead and play this. I'm going to unplug my...
I can't see your screen.
You can't see my screen. Okay, let me go back once again. I thought I picked share. I'm screen sharing. Let's try again. Let me see, present to everyone.
Okay, I see
Okay,
it
see
now.
now? Okay, so you should see this screen here where it says, in this part of this test, you will hear short question statements or commands, followed by 3 responses in Mandarin Chinese designated A, B, and C. So you should be able to hear all of this, and then it just gives you the answer A, B, or C. So did you not see this part?
No, I don't see the part with the play button. I just saw the read script.
Okay, so
That's what it is.
interesting, Sophie. It seems to me that your browser is having some issues loading any of these things,
Yeah,
and
I don't
this
know.
isn't an issue on your end. So maybe try this. Let's log off, restart your computer, and then come back to these pages and see if you have any luck. Okay. Okay. Otherwise, you may have to try a different computer, but try again, and we'll talk back again at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay. See you later.
Bye.
Bye bye.